u for positive fraction, when we have to take which formula, I want to make you clear. So for positive fraction, gamma n is equal to n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1. For negative fraction, gamma n is equal to n plus 1 gamma n plus 1 upon n. But why I am giving is, don't be confused when a problem is given like find, as in the previous class I have given you, find gamma minus 7 by 2 I have given you. So here for negative fraction I have told you that we have a formula gamma n is equal to gamma n plus 1 by n, and if a positive fraction is given, so you use this formula. So in the previous class the problem was find gamma minus 7 by 2, and answer also I have given you. So I won't do that problem. I'll do find gamma minus 1 by 2. Okay, and then I'll go for next. So here you can see this is a negative fraction, and I have told you that here negative fraction is not a negative integer. Okay, so you keep in mind. So now here we have find gamma minus 1 by 2. In the solution, here we have to consider this as n as minus 1 by 2. So given n is equal to minus 1 by 2. Okay, so when you substitute, we write here, we know that gamma n is equal to gamma n plus 1 upon n. When you substitute minus 1 by 2 in n, so this becomes minus 1 by 2 is equal to gamma minus 1 by 2 plus 1 upon minus 1 by 2. So this is equal to, now you can see here, minus 1 by 2 plus 1 is nothing but 1 by 2. So I can write gamma 1 by 2, isn't it, upon minus 1 by 2. Okay, so then you know that gamma 1 by 2 is nothing but root pi. So I can write this as minus, this 2 goes up, so minus 2 root pi. So this is the answer. And whenever a negative fraction is given, you have to use this method. Okay, and when a positive fraction is given, that is nothing but, if it is given gamma 1 by 2, then you have to use this formula. That is nothing but n should be taken as 1 by 2, and here you have to substitute and you have to proceed so that you can get a last answer. Okay, so this is about how to find a problem when a negative fraction is given. In the previous class I have given you to find gamma minus 7 by 2, so you do now itself. Now let us go for the next problem. Here the problem is, show that gamma n is equal to integral 0 to 1 log 1 upon x whole power n minus 1 into dx, comma n greater than 0. So let us do this problem now. So in this problem we know that the formula for because here gamma n is equal to, we have to show this, isn't it? So we know this is nothing but gamma n. Gamma n in the sense We want what? We want the definition of gamma. So gamma n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x power n minus 1 into dx. This is the basic definition of gamma. Then afterwards, now when you put x is equal to log 1 by y, I am substituting. Don't be confused. Here it is log 1 by x and we are taking log 1 by y. Here we have to take log x is equal to log 1 by y. Just leave this one. We have to show this one. And I am using this substitution in the definition of gamma. So x is equal to log 1 by y implies, I can write this as x is equal to log y power minus 1, because 1 by y, when I take to numerator, that becomes log y power minus 1. Then afterwards, this implies x is equal to, I can write this as minus log y. You know basic rules of logarithm. From that we are writing. Now this implies I can take this minus to x. Minus x is equal to log y. Then y is equal to, I can write e power minus x. When you take out log on other side, then it becomes y is equal to e power minus x. Now when you differentiate this becomes dy is equal to minus e power minus x dx. Then this is equal to, this implies dx is equal to minus dy upon e power minus x. Then after that we can write this as dx is equal to minus dy upon, here you are taking y is equal to e power minus x. So in the place of e power minus x we can write y. Now after this, what are the limits? Let us see the limits now. Limits are as x tends to 0 implies when you put x is equal to 0 here, then this becomes what? E power 0. E power 0 is 1. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to what? 1. Sorry, y is equal to 1. When x tends to infinity, because here we have to substitute in the definition of gamma. So infinity, when you have x tends to infinity implies when you substitute in the place of x as infinity, that it becomes y is equal to e power minus infinity. E power minus infinity is 0. So we can write y is equal to 0. Now when you substitute in definition of gamma, we can write therefore gamma n is equal to, here in the place of 0 we have to write 1, in the place of infinity we have to write 0. After writing that, now in the place of e power minus x, here we are substituting y is equal to e power minus x, so we can write y here. And then we have to write log, here in the place of x we have to write log 1 by y power n minus 1. Then we have in the place of dx, we have minus dy upon y, isn't it? So let me put this bracket. Now you can see here we have y, here we have y, so y get cancels. Now here I can write this as minus, we have here, we can change the limits now. If you take out the minus sign, then this becomes 0 to 1, and then this becomes log 1 by y whole power n minus 1 into dy. So this is gamma n. So this is equal to, now by using the property of definite integral, now if you have in terms of y, so we can change in terms of x. So this becomes integral 0 to 1 log 1 by x whole power n minus 1 into dx. So this is the answer which is required. You can see gamma n we have to show integral 0 to 1 log 1 by x whole power n minus 1 into dx. So you can see here we got the answer integral 0 to 1 log 1 by x whole power n minus 1 into dx. So this is the answer for finding the given problem. Now let us go for next problem. So when you do next problem is nothing but integral 0 to 1 x power 4 into 1 minus x whole square dx. Evaluate it. So this is the problem given. Now if a problem is given in this way, now solution is integral 0 to 1. Now we want first we write given 0 to 1 x power 4 into 1 minus x whole square dx. This is given. Now here whenever a problem is given for to evaluate, so first we have to bring that in terms of beta function, and then we have to change in terms of gamma function. So for finding that we have to see the limits also. What are the limits? These are the limits in terms of beta. So we have to use beta function now. So that becomes integral 0 to 1. Now we know the definition of beta function, that is nothing but beta of m comma n is equal to integral 0 to 1 x power m minus 1 into 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 dx. So we have to make that in that form. So for making that we have to write here x power 5 minus 1, so that it becomes x power m minus 1, so that becomes x power 4 into 1 minus x whole power, here we have 2, so we have to write 3 minus 1 into dx. So after making that, now this is in the form of beta m comma n. So what is beta m comma n? This is equal to beta m is nothing but 5, n is nothing but 3. So this is in the form of beta m comma n. Here I am writing here the definition of beta m comma n. Beta m comma n is equal to integral 0 to 1 x power m minus 1 into 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 into dx. In this form we have made, and we are writing beta of m comma n. Then after writing that, now we have to use relation between beta and gamma. So you know that the relation between beta and gamma is nothing but beta of m comma n is equal to gamma m gamma n upon gamma m plus n. This is the relation between beta and gamma. Now when you apply that, here m is 5, n is 3. So when you apply that, this is equal to gamma 5 gamma 3 upon gamma 5 plus 3. So now I have told you there's nothing but here whenever you have a positive integer in the sense n greater than 0, that is nothing but 1, 2, 3 and so on. When you have that, then we can directly use the formula gamma n plus 1 is equal to n factorial, comma we have to write n greater than 0. Okay, so here we have gamma 5. So instead of gamma 5 I can write what? There is nothing but I can write this as gamma 4 plus 1 and gamma 2 plus 1 upon, again here we have gamma 8. First we write gamma 8, and in next step let us write this is once again I am writing this gamma 4 plus 1 gamma 2 plus 1 upon gamma 8 can be written as 7 plus 1. Now from this formula, from this formula I can write gamma n plus 1 is n factorial, so I can write 4 factorial, gamma 2 plus 1 is 2 factorial upon 7 plus 1 is 7 factorial. Now when you simplify this, you get this is nothing but 4 factorial. 4 factorial is 4 into 3 into 2, 12, 24. 24 into 2 upon, you can write this as 7 into 4 into 5. Okay, so we can cancel this and you get this is equal to 1, or otherwise how much you get? 7 into 4 into 7 into 6 into 5. Okay, so you get 105. Answer will be 101 upon 105. So once you check this, because I think 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 1, so 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. You can cancel this. Now you can cancel 2 1s, 2 3s, so you get 7 3s are 21. 21 into 5 is 105. So this will be the answer. So 1 upon 105 is the answer. 7 factorial we have, that is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, 24, 24 get cancels here. 2 1s are 2 3s are 7 3s are 21, 21 5s are 105. Answer is 1 upon 105. So this is the answer. Now let us go for next problem. Next problem is evaluate integral 0 to 2 x into eight minus x cube whole power 1 by 3 into dx. So this is the next problem. Now in this problem you can see here we have to take and this is very important for exam point of view. This problem was repeated. Okay, so now we write given first. Given integral 0 to 2 x into 8 minus x cube whole power 1 by 3 into dx. Now I can take here 8 common. If you take 8 common, that becomes integral 0 to 2 x into 8 power 1 by 3. We have to take, because 8 is in bracket, whole power 1 by 3 we have, so we have to take, if you are taking common 8, so that becomes 8 power 1 by 3, then this becomes 1 minus x cube upon 8, then close the bracket, whole power 1 by 3 dx. Then after this, if you simplify more, that becomes 8 power 1 by 3 I am taking outside, so this becomes integral 0 to 2, then we have inside x, and then in bracket I can write this as 1 upon, in bracket I can write this as x upon 2 whole cube. See, x cube upon 2 cube is nothing but 8, whole power 1 by 3 dx. Now after this, now we use substitution. Now put x upon 2 whole power 3 is equal to y, implies, as we have taken in the previous classes, x by 2 can be written as y power 1 by 3. This implies I can write x is equal to 2 into y power 1 by 3. After writing that, when you differentiate dx, that becomes dx is equal to 2 into 1 by 3 y power 1 by 3 minus 1 into dy. So this implies dx is equal to 2 by 3 y power minus here 1 minus 3, so that becomes minus 2 by 3 dy. Okay, so I can write dx is equal to 2 by 3 into 1 upon y power 2 by 3, because it is minus, so I am taking a denominator, that becomes 1 upon y power 2 by 3 dy. Then after this, now in the next step, when you take next step, so this we substitute in the given, that is nothing but what is the last step I am writing here once again for your convenience. 8 power 1 by 3 integral 0 to 2, and then we have x into 1 minus x by 2 whole cube whole power 1 by 3 dx was there. So when you change the limits here, I am writing here how to write how to change the limits now. Limits, when you change limits, as we have taken x by that is nothing but x is equal to, as x tends to, because 0 is there, x tends to 0 implies y is equal to what? As we have taken the substitution x by 2 whole cube is equal to y, we got x is equal to 2y power 1 by 3 you got, isn't it? So when you substitute x equal to 0 here, then y is equal to 0. So when you substitute x is equal to x tends to 2, when you substitute 2 here, then 2 get cancels, y is equal to you get 1. Okay, so after this, now when you substitute in the given all what we have taken the substitution, then this becomes 8 power 1 by 3 integral of, now in the place of 0 we have to substitute 0, in the place of y we have to substitute 1, and then in the place of x we have to write 2 into y power 1 by 3 into 1 minus, in the place of x by 2 we have taken x by 2 whole cube, we have taken y, so we have to write y whole power 1 by 3 into dx, we got 2 by 3 into 1 upon y power 2 by 3 into dy. So after this we can write this as 8 power 1 by 3, I can write 2 cube whole power 1 by 3 integral of 0 to 1. Now here you can see 2 into 2, that becomes 4 by 3 I can write here. Then here y power 1 by 3 into y power minus 2 by 3 into 1 minus y whole power 1 by 3 into dy. Now you can see here this is equal to, now here 3 get cancels, you get 2 into this 4 by 3 I take outside, integral 0 to 1. Now basis should be added here, 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3 into 1 minus y whole power 1 by 3 dy. So after this, now you can multiply this becomes 8 by 3 here, integral 0 to 1. Now y power 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3 is nothing but y power minus 1 by 3, and then in bracket we have 1 minus y whole power 1 by 3 dy. Then after this you have to make this in terms of beta function, as I have told you in the previous problem we have done first in the form of beta, because limits are 0 to 1 here. So here I can write y power minus 1 by 3 as 2 by 3 minus 1, and here 1 minus y, here I can write 4 by 3 minus 1 into dy. I am making in terms of the definition of beta function. So this becomes 8 by 3. Now I can write beta of m is nothing but here 2 by 3 comma n is nothing but 4 by 3. As I have told you, as I have written in the previous problem, the definition of beta m comma n is equal to integral 0 to 1 x power m minus 1 into 1 minus x whole power n minus 1 dx. So now this is in the form of beta. Now we use the relation between beta and gamma, so that it becomes 8 by 3 into, now when you apply beta of m comma n relation, So that becomes gamma m. Gamma m is nothing but gamma 2 by 3 gamma 4 by 3 upon gamma 2 by 3 plus 4 by 3. Relation between beta and gamma I am applying. Gamma m gamma n upon gamma m plus n. So when you simplify this, this becomes 8 by 3. Now gamma, as I have told you in the just starting of the session, there is nothing but when you have a positive fraction, so you can apply gamma n is equal to n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1, positive fraction when you have. So here what I do, I take gamma 2 by 3 as it is, gamma 2 by 3 as it is, and I am changing gamma 4 by 3 as 4 by 3 minus 1 into gamma 4 by 3 minus 1. Then upon, now here it becomes gamma 2, because here LCM is 3, then 2 plus 4, that is nothing but 6. 6 by 3 is nothing but 2 you get. Then after this, in the next step, I am writing 8 by 3 into gamma 2 by 3. Then this becomes what? 1 by 3 into gamma 1 by 3. When you simplify that, then you get gamma 2. Gamma 2, as I have told you, when you have a positive fraction, positive integer, but when you have positive integer, that becomes gamma n plus 1 is equal to n gamma n. This is for n greater than 0, that is positive integer. Positive integer. Remember, we have three formulas. I have told you, when you have positive fraction, when you have negative fraction, when you have positive integer, that is n greater than 0. Now here this is gamma 2. Gamma 2 can be written as gamma 1 plus 1. So I can write gamma 1. Here for this I am writing gamma 1 plus 1. So gamma 1 plus 1, when you apply this formula, then this becomes 1 gamma 1. I'm sorry, 1 gamma 1. Here I am once again I am to tell you, gamma 2 I am writing as gamma 1 plus 1. So gamma 1 plus 1, gamma 1 plus 1, that is nothing but 1 gamma 1 I am writing here. So after writing this, this is equal to, now 8 by 3 into 1 by 3, that becomes 8 by 9 into, now here we have gamma 2 by 3 into gamma 1 by 3. I am writing here once, gamma 2 by 3 into gamma 1 by 3. Now 1 factorial is 1, 1 is 1. So I am not writing any denominator here now. So another formula we have, that is nothing but, here I will write gamma n into gamma 1 minus n is equal to pi by sin n pi. Pi by sin n pi. So here I can write this is equal to 8 by 9 into gamma 1 by 3 I am writing as it is this one, and for this gamma 2 by 3 I am writing 1 minus 1 by 3. Okay, so this becomes, when you apply, when you see now 8 by 9, now here we have gamma n, wait a minute, now you can see gamma n is here we have, when you compare this formula, gamma n, gamma 1 minus n. So when you have this, you can apply this formula now. So let us write in next page. Now that is equal to, you get 8 by 9 into, you will get pi upon sin n is nothing but, here n is nothing but 1 by 3. So n I am writing as 1 by 3, that is n pi we have, formula is pi by sin n pi. Pi is nothing but pi, sin n is nothing but 1 by 3. 1 by 3 into pi is pi by 3 we can write. So after writing this, this is equal to 8 by 9 into Now you know pi upon sine pi by 3, that is nothing but sine 60. Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Then this is equal to, I can write, you can take this 2 to numerator, that becomes 16 pi upon 9 root 3. This is the answer. So in this way we solve the problems. The thing is, you have to know the basic properties as well as forms of beta and gamma functions. When you take which formula, if you know that, then easily you can do the problems, and this is very easy unit where you score full marks. So in this way we get problems. This is one of the important problem which is asked many times. Now let us do next problem. Next problem is evaluate number 1, integral 0 to infinity x power 6 e power minus 2x dx. This is the problem given. Now when a problem is given in this way, then you have to write first given integral 0 to infinity x power 6 e power minus 2x dx. Now we have to evaluate. Now for evaluating, first you have to see here it is given 0 to infinity. So if it is given 0 to infinity, you have to assume that the answer will be in terms of gamma. So let us first take the substitution, put 2x is equal to y. This I am taking 2x is equal to y. Implies x is equal to, you get y by 2. Now implies dx is equal to, you get, when you differentiate both sides, you get dx is equal to dy by 2. Now when you put in the given, so this becomes integral 0 to infinity. Now in the place of x, what we are getting, y by 2. So you write y by 2 whole power 6 into e power minus, in the place of 2x we have to substitute y, e power minus y, into, in the place of dx we are writing dy by 2. Then after this, now we have to take 2 outside, so that it becomes 1 upon, here once you check here, this is nothing but y power 6 2 power 6. So I can write once again. First if you want to take this, you can take 2 power 7 we can take, because here we have y power 6 upon 2 power 6, here we have 2. So when you have bases are same, power should be added, 1 upon 2 power 6, 1 upon 2. So that becomes 1 upon 2 power 7. Now integral 0 to infinity, you have y power 6 into e power minus y dy. So now after this is equal to 1 upon 2 power 7 integral 0 to infinity. Now I am writing this as e power minus y into y power, here y power 6 is there, so I write 7 minus 1 into dy. Why I am writing this one instead, because in order to get this in terms of the gamma definition, so this is equal to 1 upon 2 power 7. Now I can write directly gamma n, since I'll write here the definition, gamma n is equal to integral 0 to infinity e power minus x into x power n minus 1 dx. So whatever n we have here, that we take here. So gamma n is 7 here, so I write gamma 7. So after writing, this is the answer you have. Now after writing this one, now again, since as I have told you before in the previous problem, when you have a positive integer, that is n greater than 0, we have a formula, that is gamma n plus 1 is equal to n factorial. So here I can write this as 1 upon 2 power 7 gamma 6 plus 1. So this is equal to, I can write 1 upon 2 power 7 into gamma, and that is nothing but n factorial, that is 6 factorial. So when you simplify, you will get the answer, that is nothing but, here this is equal to 6 factorial is nothing but 6 into 5 into 4 into so you calculate this, at last you will get the answer 45 by 8. You just write 6 factorial as 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 upon 2 power 7. If you calculate, you will get the answer 45 by 8. So this is the problem. In this way we do the problems. So these are very easy problems. This will get for 5 marks. Now when you come for next problem, I'll give you one homework problem so that it will be easy for you. So you do at home. This is the homework problem I'm giving. Integral 0 to infinity e power minus 4x into x power 3 by 2 into dx. Answer I am writing here. Answer is 3 root pi upon 128. This is the homework problem you do at home. Now after this, let us go for next problem. Next problem is evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5 theta cos power 7 by 2 theta d theta. This is the problem. So this is also important problem because in your mathematics 3, it is actually the special functions given in mathematics 3. When I have taken that textbook, in that there are n number of problems. So I have choose the problems which are repeated also given there. So and which are important I have picked up and I am doing here, and in the same way you will get in the exam also. So here we know that you know the property of beta function. Beta function property is nothing but beta of m comma n. Whenever a problem is given 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5 theta cos power 7 by 2 theta, this will be in the form of sine. You have to assume that is in the form of integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 2m minus 1 theta cos 2n minus 1 theta d theta. So we are writing here beta of m comma n is equal to 2 integral 0 to pi by 2. We have a property. This is the property I am writing from beta function. Sine power 2m minus 1 into theta cos power 2n minus 1 theta d theta. Okay. So by taking this property, we will solve this problem. Now here we put 2m minus 1 is equal to, here 5 is given in the problem. So we write 2m minus 1 is equal to 5. We write m is equal to, that is nothing but you get 2m is equal to 5 plus 1, that is 6. 2 1s are 2 3s are. So m is equal to, you get 3. So 2n minus 1 is equal to, it is given 7 by 2. So n is equal to, you get here, if you take minus 1 to other side, that becomes 7 by 2 plus 1. So 7 plus 2, that is 9. 9 by 2. 9 by 2, here we have 2n is equal to 9 by 2. So n is equal to 9 by 4 you get. Okay. So we got n as well as m. So after that, when you substitute, therefore integral 0 to pi by 2 sine power 5 theta cos power 7 by 2 theta d theta is equal to, here we have from the formula I am writing here 1 upon 2 beta. See, from this property I am writing, this is in the form of the given problem. So I am writing this one. This 2 I am taking to other side. So that it becomes 1 upon 2 beta m comma n. Okay. So here when you have 5 and 7 by 2, when you are taking sine power 5 by 2 cos power 7 by 2 theta d theta, so in the place of m and n, I can write beta of 3 comma 9 by 4. So after writing this, now we can apply the relation between beta and gamma. So when you apply the relation between beta and gamma, that becomes 1 upon 2 into, gamma m, that is 3, gamma 9 by 4, gamma m gamma n upon gamma n plus m plus n. So that is 3 plus 9 by 4, that is gamma n. I'm using the relation between beta and gamma formula. So after this, now we get here is in the next step I'm writing here, this is equal to 1 upon 2. Now here you can see this is the positive integer, that is n greater than 0. If n greater than 0 is given, then gamma n plus 1 is equal to n factorial. So instead of 3 I'm writing gamma 2 plus 1, and then here gamma 9 by 4 is given, isn't it? So gamma 9 by 4 is a positive fraction. If you have a positive fraction, then I have told you the formula in the starting of this class, that is nothing but if you have a positive fraction, then use the formula n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1. So here you can see, let us simplify this one and then we'll use the formula. So here gamma 9 by 4 upon, now this becomes gamma 21 by 4, gamma 21 by 4. Now in the next step I can write this as 1 by 2 into, so as I have told you, gamma n plus 1 is equal to n factorial comma when n greater than 0. Now I am writing here in the place of 2 plus 1, gamma 2 plus 1 can be written as 2 factorial. 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1, so I can write 2. Okay, then into gamma 9 by 4 I am writing the same. In denominator I am making this 21 by 2 as 20, I am writing because as I have told you just now, when you have a positive fraction, that can be written as gamma n is equal to n minus 1 into gamma n minus 1. So here 21 by 4 is there, so I can write this as 21 by 4 minus 1 and gamma 21 by 4 minus 1. So when you simplify this, now you can cancel this 2 and 2. So here you get gamma 9 by 4 upon, now 21 by 4 minus 1, 21 minus 4, that is 17 by 4. 17 by 4, and in gamma you will also get 17 by 4. So after writing that, this is equal to again gamma 9 by 4 upon, now 17 by 4 is as it is, you have to write into 17 by 4, this is a positive fraction again, so you have to write 17 by 4 minus 1, again gamma 17 by 4 minus 1. So this is equal to, you get gamma 9 by 4 upon 17 by 4 into 17 minus 4, that is how much? 13 by 4. 13 by 4 into gamma 13 by 4. Then after this again we have to use the same formula, that is nothing but gamma 9 by 4 upon 17 by 4 into 13 by 4 into, now 13 by 4 minus 1 into gamma 13 by 4 minus 1. So this is equal to gamma 9 by 4 upon 17 by 4 into 13 by 4 into 13 minus 4, that is 9 by 4 into gamma 9 by 4. Okay, now you can cancel this 9 by gamma 9 by 4, gamma 9 by 4. Now when you simplify this, this is equal to, you get the answer at last is 64 upon 1989. So this is the answer for the given problem. Okay, so in this way we solve the problems by using different properties as well as formulas of beta and gamma function. Now let us take next problem, that is evaluate integral 0 to pi by 2 under root cot theta d theta. So you do one thing, I'll do some of the problem and leave for you for as homework. I'll give you hint now. So in this paper just I'll do sum of the part. So what is given here? Given integral 0 to pi by 2. So here it is given under root of cot theta d theta is given. Okay, we have to find the answer. So this is equal to what is given. How can we write this as integral 0 to pi by 2? Now I can write this as under root of cos theta upon sin theta d theta. Okay, so in the next step we can write this is equal to integral 0 to pi by 2. Now under root of this I will write here itself, under root of integral 0 to pi by 2 under root cos theta upon under root sin theta d theta. Okay, this is nothing but what? Under root cos theta is nothing but cos power 1 by 2 d theta I can write, isn't it? Into I can write this as 1 upon sin power 1 by 2 theta d theta, isn't it? That is nothing but I am taking out the root, so that it becomes cos power 1 by 2 theta into under root if you have taken 1 upon sin power 1 by 2 theta. So this can be written as integral 0 to pi by 2. Now sin power 1 by 2 I am writing as sin power minus 1 by 2, I am taking in numerator, into cos power 1 by 2 theta. So when you see this directly you should get in your mind the property of beta function. That is nothing but just now we did in the previous problem, that is integral beta of m comma n is equal to 2 into integral 0 to pi by 2 sin power 2m minus 1 theta cos power 2n minus 1 theta d theta. So by using that you have to do this. Now I am writing the solution, the answer of this problem here. The answer you have to get is root pi by 2, sorry, pi by root 2. You have to get this answer. You do same as previous problem and use some formulas, you will get okay, so you can do, you do at home. So now going for next problem, let us do next problem here. Next problem is prove that integral 0 to 1 dx upon under root of 1 minus x power 4 is equal to root pi upon 4 into gamma 1 upon 4 upon gamma 3 by 4, gamma 3 by 4. So this is the problem given. So this is somewhat new in the sense this is also same as the previous problems, but the thing is we have to make these problems in that, I mean, now let us put what is here given. Given is nothing but integral 0 to 1 dx by under root of 1 minus x power 4. So I am taking x power 4 is equal to t. This implies x is equal to, you can write t power 1 by 4, isn't it? Now dx is equal to what? Dx is equal to 1 upon 4 t power 1 upon 4 minus 1 dt. So that I can write this as dx is equal to 1 upon 4 t power 1 by 4 minus 1 is nothing but minus 3 by 4 dt, isn't it? So after this, now when you substitute in the given, what is given? Therefore integral 0 to 1 dx by root 1 minus x power 4, I will write here dx by root 1 minus x power 4 will become as integral 0 to 1. Okay, so you may be thinking of limits. You can apply here, when you apply limit here, when you apply 0 at x, then t is equal to 0. When you apply t is 1 here in the place of x, t is equal to 1. Limits will be same here. Now here 1 upon under root of 1 minus x power 4 I am taking as t. So under root of t into dx, in the place of dx I have to write 1 upon 4 into t power minus 3 by 4 dt. Then after writing that, now this is equal to 1 by 4 you take outside, integral of 0 to 1. Now here the remaining term is t power, first I am writing t power minus 3 by 4 into, now I can write under root of 1 minus t to the numerator, that becomes 1 minus t whole power minus 1 by 2 dt, because if you take out root in denominator, that becomes 1 minus t whole power 1 by 2. If you take that denominator to numerator, that becomes 1 minus t whole power minus 1 by 2 dt. Okay, so then after this, now you can directly change this term in terms of, because these limits are in the form of beta function. Now you can see this term, total term, is reflecting beta function definition, isn't it? So if it is the case, then I can write this as integral 0 to 1 t power minus 3 by 4 can be written as t power 1 by 4 minus 1. When you simplify, this becomes 1 minus 4 by 4, that is t power minus 3 by 4, into, I can write 1 minus t whole power minus 1 by 2 as 1 by 2 minus 1 dt. See here, if you cross multiply, again you get minus 1 by 2 only. Okay, so then this implies you get 1 upon 4. Now when you write in the definition of beta, so that becomes beta of 1 by 4 comma 1 by 2. Now when you write in the relation between beta and gamma, then this becomes 1 upon 4 into beta of m comma n, that is relation between beta and gamma is gamma beta of m comma n is equal to gamma m gamma n upon gamma m plus n. So I am writing in that, so this becomes gamma 1 by 4 gamma 1 by 2 upon gamma 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2. So this becomes, now you can see here 1 by 4 you have, here gamma 1 by 2 we have. Gamma 1 by 2 is nothing but what? Root pi. Now you can write this as root pi by 4. In the place of gamma 1 by 2 I am writing root pi by 4. Then we have gamma 1 by 4 upon, this becomes gamma, because if you take the LCM you get 4. Then if you simplify, then you get gamma 3 by 4. So this is the required answer which is asked to find. So in this way we solve the problems. Now in the previous class we'll have some more problems. We'll take another 4 or 5 problems, because these are the important problems. If we do each and every problem, then only we can get some grip on the subject. So then we'll go for next very important topic, that is nothing but error function. Then we have Legendre's polynomial. Then we have power series method. From power series method you will get 10 marks question, and then we'll have the problems based on power series, and then we'll have Rodrigues formula. Rodrigues formula is very important. From that Rodrigues formula we use to find Legendre polynomial. So that are the coming classes are very important, don't miss that classes. So if you ask your friends to attend the classes, because these are very easy topics and very interesting, and if you remember small things, then easily you can do more and more problems. Hope you have understood today's class. So today we will wind up our class today. So thank you for joining. So tomorrow we'll meet at 3 o'clock. So ask your friends to join more and more, so that you can get good marks. And you might have seen the newspapers, don't know situation, according to the situation we have to move. So please follow my notes, and as well as whatever I am teaching here in online. Might be you may be getting the problems, or you might be getting 5 units in the exam. The decision is pending, so try to understand, and ask your friends to attend the classes. Thank you. Post your attendance. After posting, you can leave.